Everybody, it's Allison, and I am gonna talk very real in this video. I try to always do that, but so if you don't want to hear about poop or medical problems or anything like that, just go watch something more pleasant. But I just think it's important that we keep a real picture of what can happen after this surgery, and it's not a total common thing to have all these, different problems and things like that. So don't think if you have this surgery, you're just going to end up with a bunch of issues. That's so not true, in my opinion. But there are some things that can happen. I know that several of us have talked about things. Beth, Melting Mama Melted, Amelia, Wait and See, Darcy. There just are some issues that can arise, and I think it's important that we address that. So that's why I'm making this video, to kind of let you know what's going on with me and some things to watch for, or, and stuff like that. And let's hope this is the last of any bracelet like this. I'd rather have something else, but not this. Anyway, so let me tell you, first of all, I don't have anything serious or anything wrong like that they found so far. So I'm very, very, very thankful for that, because it could have been other things, and I'm very glad that it wasn't a serious thing that required surgery or things like that. But, okay, let me start from the beginning. In the 1st of September, I was having some issues. It felt like a gallbladder attack, but I don't have a gallbladder, so I didn't know exactly what was going on, and it was just kind of like, a weird, dull kind of pain and a weird feeling. Sometimes eating would make it worse. Sometimes it would make it better. So one Saturday morning, I went to the hospital because I just felt like something wasn't right. I went there. They just did like some blood work and stuff like that, and I didn't find out anything really. They didn't really do any kind of X-rays or things like that. He said it could be an acid problem or something else. But anyway. So I go to my regular doctor that week, when they were open back up, and I saw him, and he wanted to order a CT scan. He said because, it didn't sound like a blockage or anything like that, because I was still able to eat. Now, I'm sure you mean maybe if you're still able to eat, there still could be a blockage or something like that. But, I thought that was a good sign. But he said there could be still, even though you don't have a gallbladder, there still could be a stone somewhere in there or something like that. So he wanted to do a CT scan. And let me show you where the pain... Okay, let me see if I can... Right here, and then all the way to my back right there. But more so in my back than in my stomach, I would say. But anyway, so... he gave me some pills, and I think I took one, and it was something for your stomach or whatever. And, I was able to go to the bathroom, and that was the thing. Like, I wasn't able to go to the bathroom normally, which, who is with this surgery sometimes. But, and I knew things were, I was backing up. Well, I was able to go, not enough, but, I was able to go. And so I started feeling better. So when they called about the CT scan, I didn't call back and all this and that, which was very, very stupid. And let me say, if you're having any kind of pain or anything like that, and I know these other ladies have said this, but just go see the doctor just to be safe than sorry. I'm a paranoid person sometimes, and that does work in my favor when it comes to things like this. But those of you who know me know that I can be... a hypochondriac sometimes about things, and but it sometimes it's a plus. So go see the doctor if you're having any kind of issues, just to make sure. Better safe than sorry. Anyway, so then it slowly started coming back. Not bad, but I was like, yeah, I need to call him about the CT scan or whatever. Still didn't do it. Well, yesterday morning, Sunday, I woke up and was, in pain, like was more sharp pain, and I started thinking, well, maybe I slept wrong or whatever. No, this was, it was just a sharper pain. I hadn't felt it before, earlier in the month. So I was like, maybe I need to go to the bathroom, and I knew I did because I hadn't gone for like almost 2 days, and I'd been eating, pretty normally. So I knew it was just all like in there somewhere, and it needed to come out. Well, I couldn't go. So I took Joe to work, and then I got home, and I knew then, I'm like, I got to go to the hospital because I was afraid that something was wrong or that it really was blocked up. And I hadn't eaten or I did not eat or drink anything that day so far, so I didn't know if I could or not or whatever. So anyway, I go to the hospital, a different hospital. My doctor told me, to go to the bigger hospital, if I needed to, especially if I couldn't eat or drink, which I can, but so I went there, and I waited and waited, and there's people coming in, and they're putting these masks on and all this, and I'm like, oh great, and then I'm gonna get the swine flu or something. Anyway, but I knew I needed to be there just to see. Well, we kept waiting and waiting, and finally I was just like, I just need this stuff out because I was uncomfortable, and there was pain. So I was getting ready to leave and go home and try to take something to get it going. And so I walk outside, and I'm like, oh my gosh, the pain came back. I mean, it was feeling a little bit better when I was sitting there, but when I started walking, man, it was hurting. And so I turned around and come back and told them, I said, no, I'm going to stay. Well, they called me back, and they did a urinalysis, and they also did some abdominal x-rays laying down and standing up. As far as, this is what they found out. I do not have a blockage as far as they know. They didn't see any blockage, and there's nothing twisted up or anything like that. Thank God. That was my big concern. But they did find out I had a urinary tract infection. And guys, if y'all want to close your ears, whatever, I'm just going to keep it real. I also have yeast infection too. And I found out years ago that I had psoriasis, and it would come up different places. And I just thought that was the issue. But no, I have that and those two infections. And then he also saw like stool up in there. And I don't think it was like, as bad as it could have been. But it was. He said I said, could that be causing the pain like that? And he said, yeah, because it was more up, higher than what a urinary tract infection has felt like that I've had, years ago. Well, so he gave me an antibiotic there, I think a strong one, and then I have some I'm taking here. And then also he wanted me to get magnesium citrate. Now, if you've had weight loss surgery, when I say that, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The thing you take before your surgery, just put it this way. You need to be at home or somewhere that, don't be out anywhere. I took it about 3 o'clock or a little after, and I kept drinking on it or whatever. And let me just say, the lemon flavor is much better than the cherry, hands down. Not good, but better. So anyway, and then about maybe 2 a.m., something like that, is when I guess it was finally over. But it just had to come out. That is not healthy to have all that in there.